Hey friends, so today I'm going to work in my Hobonichi and I just have my supplies here. That's all this is. I done a good job of keeping this desk kind of cleared. And I think there's some updates from the last video that I wanted to show you. If we have time, I'll do that at the end. I'm not gonna hold up whoever's here for the Hobonichi catch up. I'm just moving some things to the side because I don't absolutely need everything on here. Some of this stuff is just like planner stuff. Sorry. Easily distracted. Okay. So I kind of prepped. Excuse me while I sit. I kind of prepped the week, which is what I'm trying to update on. This is getting really chunky. Like we still got a whole 3 months in here and it's looking like this already. So this might be something I try to unbind if it gets too crazy. So quick recap. Make sure you're able to see. Quick recap. I have shown this before. I'm in a A5 Cousin Avec, which is the 2 books instead of just the one giant book. I did the 1 book last year, and honestly, I ended up kind of just chucking it away. Well, I didn't chuck it away, but I don't know where it is, honestly. I wanted to show you. Anyway, sorry, I forget I have studio sound. I wanted to show you, but I don't have that. I went strong up until like around summer, and then the rest of the year I was just over it. Mostly because I couldn't stick to one thing. So we'll go through it. So basically for my months and the other one, like I don't have a use for months really. So I really struggled with like the concept of writing monthly things in the Hobonichi because that was duplicated in my other system, which is my Bujo. And I'm not someone who like looks at monthlies often because I am boring and I don't have a lot going on. My schedule is pretty set. I'm a 9 to 5er. I work and then I come home, and then I don't really have like things in the middle of the week unless I'm going like on a business type trip, which happens occasionally but not all the time. So then I decided for this book to just use stickers because I have a lot, and a lot of them are dupes, and a lot of them I don't really care for. Not, all of them. Some of them I love, but some of them are kind of like, eh. So that's what I've been doing in here, and I already did my April. And then when we go to our weeks, I have been very sort of not consistent. So that first week of, or sorry, the last week of December, I didn't go in here. And I think that's because I had already started using my weeks, which I don't have here with me. I left it downstairs, but yeah, again, it's like duplicative for me to like try and do the same stuff. So then I was like documenting career events, and I had to stop that because my mental health was like, no, bitch, no, stop. And then we have a thing that I tried to do like by category, like a brain dump by category, because usually in the beginning of the year, I'm just trying to take inventory of what all I need to get done around my environment or my space. And also like what kind of notebooks am I looking to use? What am I keeping? What am I leaving behind? So this is more like my journal categories. So like which journals? Why I want a notebook for just home? Why I want one just for garden? Why do I want one just for work? What just for books I'm reading? Just for media? Just for my spiritual stuff? I can tell you that these are all in practice right now, except for maybe the book one, which I just, it's too much, you know, when it's like been built up too much and you're like scared to start. That's what I feel like. Like I see all the aesthetic book journals out there, and in my mind it's overwhelming, so I'm like putting it off. But I think books is the only one I haven't started. I do have an Archer and Olive notebook for this one. So here I have like a 5-year. I'm not actively using the 5-year. I have to back document. We're going on 4 months, but I don't know if I'll start it this year at this point. It's still early on, but still. My Hobonichi weeks, I have that. My health weeks, out the door, canceled. My movement log was part of that health weeks, gone. My Bujo is always there. Draw a day Hobonichi, I had a little A6 where my goal, so that I could draw more, was to draw one thing a day. That fell off the bat, like it totally fell off my radar. My traveler's writing notebook. I have a writing notebook, but it's like paper age, just like the regular, I don't know, A5 Slim. I'm not using a traveler's notebook. A budget log I started, fell off with that. Media weeks, canceled. Pocket rings, I just archived that last week or a few days ago, which I showed you guys. I have a home binder, so the home thing is like a 2-sided thing, because it's like a projects and then it's just regular home stuff, which is like a ring. It's actually an ecosystem. It's like a ring / Bujo ecosystem. My garden, I have not started anything for garden. Work, I have another A5 cousin, the full book for my work. I have that Archer and Olive that I'm scared to touch. Media, I had my weeks and I canceled it because I was like, I'm not really doing anything with it. Like I don't really consume that much media. And then spiritual is in my Bujo. And then I just created a little, I don't have any of these books to show you, and I can show you if you want. Just let me know in the comments. If you want me to kind of go through this. I was gonna do a February favorites, and now we're like at the end of March. So I think I might just combine the two into like one video. But again, we did the same, and then I kind of like started to think, well, instead of what I want to use it for, like what happened this week in this category, so then I can backtrack. And I started to put some decor on here. And then this is the first week that I decided, well, this needs to be a little bit looser because it's not fun and I'm not gravitated toward using it. So what I started to do is do like a very light and loose scrapbooking, memory keeping. So I went back in my phone and I printed out pictures by week, and I just put the pictures down, put some decor down, and then use these I forget what these are called, touch brush, right? These are somebody, who are these? I'm Pentel, yeah, Pentel sign pens. I had a set. I know there's more colors, but I can't find them all, so we'll just be working with these for now. So then I started to do this kind of situation, and this worked. A little bit of journaling, a little bit of using my colored pen, some pictures, some stickers, and then I had like misprints, and I just went ahead and used them because whatever. Yeah, so this is what we are doing now, and I really enjoy this, and so I want to keep kind of doing this format. So I took a little bit of time last week to print out some pictures for, I'm behind 2 weeks, and I hate to use the word behind because this is really like a low pressure thing, and I'll start putting stuff down and stop yapping now. You'll see that I print out dupes, which is fine for me because sometimes I forget to write about something specific regarding the picture. So this is my first Substack post, and then this is my husband and I, and this is I finished reading a book, and this reminded me, is this a sticker? No, this reminded me of the male protagonist. So like, this is the kind of stuff that technically I would put in my book journal, but I'm so, one, I don't want to start, this is my pride and joy, my personal pocket, or personal pocket, personal elite Moterm rings. I love it so much. Yeah, so I'm like, do I like this whole thing should be the book, because this is one, I read this book Hollow, which was really, really good, guys. The ending was crazy. So I wanted to make sure I documented that here, because when she comes out with the sequel, I want to make sure I pick that up, because I want to know what happened. These people in this book were crazy. And then more like fan art, I guess you can call it that. It's like people I found on Pinterest that I think look like the characters in my mind. So this one reminds me of like Shadira, who's the female main character. I should have printed out the name of the book instead of this Hollow one. But it's Daggermouth. If you haven't, it's been hyped pretty extensively, I feel like. I'm not on TikTok, but I think that's where like Instagram first heard of it, and then it was on Instagram, and I found out through Instagram. I think the account was Brittany's Books. But yeah, it's been hyped up. And then I found out that she's from Florida, the author, and I'm like, stop. So good. So yeah, so I'm just cutting the pictures down, and I guess this is a lesson in like low stress Hobonichi journaling. I don't really care, guys. Like literally, I don't care. I put stuff down wherever. I have no rhyme or reason, and because of that is why I've been able to, keep up with this, because I have started calling this my sensory reset journal, because literally that's what this is. This is a place for me when I'm like way, way, way overstimulated, way overwhelmed, way stressed out or anxious. This is where I come to like decompress and try to get myself back to a place where I can function. I might cut this one out since there's so much black in this. Just kind of cut her out as a silhouette. This reminds me of the Junji Ito art, but also one of the characters, I think her name, oh my goodness, is it Twyla? She's like one of the secondary characters. Is it Twyla? I can't remember, guys. But I think I'm gonna put her there because she looks really cool. So yeah, I don't have any rhyme or reason. I don't think too hard about it. I kind of just go with what I want. And I think that's the part that resets me, is just kind of allowing my mind to do whatever and not really get too stressed about what it's gonna look like or what the end result's gonna be. So because we have like book life happening here, I think I will. Why is this being so temperamental with the sticking down? It's supposed to be like extra strength glue. It sucks. I rather use the school grade one. Is a lot better. But I feel like he might go there. We are not picky, guys. And you know what the sad part is? My toxic trait. My toxic trait is like the reason I get the Hobonichi is like I'm gonna be aesthetic for once. I'm going to write neat, and we're gonna time log in here, and you know we're gonna do the damn thing. And what happens? I don't do the damn thing. I barely can keep up. Sorry, I had to cut the video, and now I don't remember what I was saying. Basically that I have all the best intentions when I start these, and then it just ends up being its own thing. And I think throughout the years, I just let that happen. I honestly don't stress out. Like, if I don't feel like touching this anymore in a few months, then that'll be it. Like, I'll be fine with that. Like, it's not gonna make me feel any certain type of way, because this is the place where I allow myself to just be free, you know? And I think it's really important to have a place like that, especially when you're someone that uses a lot of journals, and you have very like specific reasons for this notebook, and you know you have a very curated ecosystem based on what each notebook is for. And so am I. I'm like that too. So that's why I think, like, in a way there is a slight pressure with us and how we journal and how we interact with our notebooks, or you know, we consider them like this very like safe, sacred place. But I feel like you need a baddie notebook. Like, this is my baddie notebook. This is where I come to just do, you know. So I think for this I'm gonna just go with the good old black marker, because what I wanted to try and do is, I have a brand new bottle of ink, and I meant to do a whole video on this, but that's not gonna happen because I'm just not that kind of person to categorize. And maybe I will be, maybe I will be at some point, but for now I won't be. And so I still wanted to use this ink and not worry about, am I gonna do a whole video on unboxing and trying it out. So this is called Aphrodite Pink, and the maker of the ink is called something Laban. And I went to the actual Laban website to get these. And so we're just gonna do a dip pen and do a little bit of writing before we move on to the, well, no, what I'll do is I'll hand letter, move on to the next page, and then I'll do a time lapse of the writing so that you're not having to sit through all of that. Okay, so this is my, I'm just gonna hand letter like categories for like the stuff that's in the picture. So this is my forest, no term, personal, elite, Okay. And then here, I forget where we were here. But anyway, we're going to do first sub host. And then we have, honestly, this was like a breakfast date, I want to say. My husband hates taking pictures. He absolutely hates it. So he's always got like a weird, I always make fun of him. I'm like, you just look like you want to crawl under the table and die. Like, he gets super like self-conscious about taking pictures in public. So I'm just gonna do little hearts, and here I'm gonna put this was a 5-star book, and I'm gonna say this one is, I want to make sure, I don't even know if I'm gonna spell his name right, because I want to say his name is spelled with the E, but it might be an A. I'll just do an A. Grayson. And then, oh shoot, I should have written his name up here and her name down there. Okay, whatever. I will do here Shadira. And let's see if I can fit it. Well, up here, I want to, so this whole like aesthetic here, I'm like so obsessed with. Like this sort of cyberpunk aesthetic is, I'm all about it. I like to draw stars to fill in space and like little thingies like that. But then here, I'm gonna try and do this in a way that is pleasing to me, because I'm not happy with like how out of practice I am with my hand lettering. I sound like I've been down here in the South way too long, y'all. Lettering. Oh my God, did you see what I just did? Oh, no. Why did I do that? I don't have any white out. Okay. I'm gonna have to like washi that. Yeah, let me washi that out. Oh, I messed up so bad there. I need to find a lighter, yeah, maybe this one. Sorry, I didn't mean to sniffle there, but having some allergies this morning. Ugh, dang. Dang it. Darn it. I hate that way that looks. Ugh. Oh well, what can you do? So I'll just write it over. Let's see if I can fix this. Hopefully this will stick on this tape, and not, I feel like this tape doesn't have like a coating, so maybe it'll be okay. So stupid. This is why I don't like usually film and do this, because I'm very easily distracted. distracted. I hope that dries. But now that I'm here, and now that I've seen it and I have washi there, I want to put some of this washi here. But not like in a like cute way. Like I want it to be all like messy and kind of lopsided and folded over and stuff. I don't know why I love that, but it looks cool. So I'll come back in here and I'll do the whole writing stuff. I left myself little spaces. Like I can write really small when I want to, so that I can write stuff. But why is that? Makes me so mad. Oh good, it dried. Okay, cool. All right, so we're moving on to this week. And this week we didn't have a lot going on, y'all. Like this picture is a lot of negative space, so I'll cut out a lot of some of this, so there'll be less, like, you know, there'll be more, or I mean the pictures will be able to accommodate the room that I have. But basically these are sandhill cranes. I honestly don't know where else they are. I know in Florida we have them, and we have a pair that has been at this neighborhood now for 10 years, which is as long as I've been here. And what's cool about it is that they always come back to have their babies here. I don't know where they actually go to have them, but like all summer long you'll see this chick. Hopefully, knock on wood, nothing gets it, but usually they have two, so I think one already got unalived, unfortunately, or maybe just didn't make it. But it's actually called a colt, the baby bird, not a chick. It's a colt, and like a C-O-L-T. And anywho, it's just so cool to see like how they walk the neighborhood like they're a real family. It's just the cutest thing ever, honestly. I'm gonna cut most of this out too. Yeah, so it's very like mundane stuff this week, but I wanted to leave room because now I remembered that this day was the day that BTS had their like live on Netflix for their comeback. So I want to maybe this whole section just put BTS pictures. This is my hand. This was the first time I've ever gotten a design, so I just wanted to like take a picture of it because she did such a good job. Like that's all hand painted with brushes. She's so talented. So I just wanted to commemorate so that I remember that. My first time. I probably will not get a design again. But it was nice to have it one time. This is my desk at work. And I took a picture because the cup, I had just gotten these little like accessories, like the little Kuromi like cup holder, and then the top to cover your straw. And so it just made like the tumbler look like a totally different tumbler. It's one I've had for a long time, so it's just a reminder, like sometimes you just don't need to replace stuff, you just need to like see it in a different light. Does that make sense? This is just my window in my bedroom, and this is what I use for meditation, because my bed is right there, and this faces west. So in the afternoons when I come home and I'm like, this is my usual time for like my mindfulness practice where I do meditation and breath work and all that. I lay down in the bed and the sun is like kind of streaking through really cool, and you can kind of meditate on like, the patterns it makes on the window and things like that. So yeah, so that's why I printed this one out. And then this was my first solo walk of this year. This was the view. It was such a beautiful day. And I need to be careful when I walk, because when I walk on a treadmill, I'm fine. But when I walk outside, I don't know if it's like a sensory thing, but my heart rate spikes up. Like, danger zone spikes up. So I have to be like really careful about how hot is it, and distance. It's not even to do with speed. Like, I could be walking like a snail, but if I push myself on like the endurance part, it's scary. So I know, because my Apple Watch stops reading my my heart rate, which isn't funny, but to me it's just like, just another thing as to why I'm like, grade A weird. So I felt fine like heading out, but right there when I took this picture, I actually slowed down to take my breath, like catch my breath, because my heart rate, I could feel, I can feel physically when my heart rate is like way too high, because I have a hard time like breathing. Like, I can breathe, but like I feel like the oxygen is not getting like into my body. It's a weird thing to describe, but that's why I noticed the sky. I was like, oh my god, the sky's so beautiful. I'm dying, but the sky's so beautiful. I'm gonna take a picture. But I was very close to my house at that point, so I was like, okay, you just need to walk these extra 5 minutes and you'll be home. You can get to sit and have your water and do all the things. But yeah, that's why I did that. Like, girl, remember, you can't be going out far. You need to like go around the block and come back. This was a post on Instagram. I was showing the new like journals that I'm working with. So like, I want to get another picture here of Jimin at the live. This is him in his car taking a picture. He's so cute. So I don't think I'll write a lot in this one, and that's fine, because that's the whole point of this. So now I have to decide like what's important here. What is important here? Like, do I keep all of this? Excuse me, let me take a drink. I'm getting sleepy. Not sleepy, but when you get kind of like tired. Okay. So this is where I have to make decisions like, what can I fussy cut and what do I need to keep? So I think I'm gonna fussy cut my little Hirono, because he's so cute. I can't just like exclude him. He's too flippin' cute. I'm obsessed with these toys. I know that's crazy because I'm old, but I don't care. They're so flippin' cute. I literally am obsessed. Look how cute he is. His face. It's freaking adorable. So yeah, I just fussy cut around him a little bit. And I might just fussy cut like as much as I can out of the other pictures too, so that I can fit most of them here, because I'd like to put more BTS on here. I have a problem. They bring me so much joy. Like, I couldn't even describe it in words. If you're an ARMY fan, oh my god. If you're a BTS fan, you're ARMY, you know. You know the vibe, you know the deal, you know what's up. Actually, this one I can cut too, because I don't care about the sidewalk. I just wanted to see the sky. And my window, I'll keep intact. Maybe we'll think about it. But for sure, I don't need to see the rest of my desk. Like, I see that every day. Just gonna cut out my little tumbler. Cute. And my little Kuromi straw topper. But yeah, I like to hear what you guys do in your Hobonichis. I feel like when I search for like inspo, all that stuff that comes up is like really old. Like, 4 years. I know I'm not really old, but when it, in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not anything recent. And so I'm like, are people even using Hobonichis anymore? Because I know they have like the whole paper problem, where they were like, people were so mad about the paper. So I was like, maybe people are just not using them anymore. I can cut him down for sure. He's so cute. Yeah. So let's start sticking, because see, now I'm getting stressed about space and all this stuff. This is why I don't plan. I'm not gonna stress about not having room for more BTS pictures, because I'll have all of next week to fill it with as many pictures as I want. Why? Because it's BTS week, and they're gonna have a whole bunch of events, and I cannot wait for their documentary. It's gonna be on Netflix on Friday. So let's see what I can fit, let's just see what I can fit, because I don't even need to do hand lettering here, honestly. I can just write around everything. So yeah, it helps when you just don't think about it too hard. And I wanted to talk too about something that's really controversial, probably, but I think is really stupid that is controversial. Is what people consider journaling, and what people consider is not journaling. I have been journaling for myself for a very long time. I mean, since I was 13. That's how far. No, probably before that. I think I was maybe 10, guys, because I distinctly remember my Hello Kitty locked diary that I would use. But anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like, and this again is gonna be really set off some people, but know that I'm talking about personal experience and personal opinion. So if you don't like it, go find your people. But I feel like since I guess social media, let's just say social media in general, there's this gatekeeper energy about or concerning hobbies and what is the right way to do this hobby, or what is the right way to do this other hobby. And it's almost like people who maybe were doing it before it became popular feel a certain kind of way about it, which I totally get. I totally get that. However, you can, or I can, in my case, I can continue to do what I want, right? Like, why do I care if somebody's putting XYZ on their pages and that's, I don't consider that journaling. Okay, don't consider it journaling. Like, do you, babe? I'm gonna do me. My journaling is this: I'm gonna stick a bunch of crap down. Maybe it's pictures, maybe it's not. Maybe it's people I know, maybe it's people I wish I knew. Jimin. But the whole point of it is like, enjoy your hobby, and like, who cares who's doing what? Like, also, it happens with a lot with reading. Like, oh, this book and that book and toxicity. Who freaking cares? Be glad people are reading. Okay, be glad that people are actually enjoying books, and like the physical book industry is like has this whole new revival happening. I'm a person that loves books, and I've had all my bookstores around me closed down. um I mean, we're talking 3 different bookstores, and I wish like this would have happened earlier, so you never know, maybe those bookstores would have continued to thrive. But my whole point is, like, if you enjoy a hobby, and again, I'm gonna bring this back to me because this is my opinion. It's me. If I'm enjoying a hobby in whatever way I feel is the appropriate way to do this hobby. For example, let's say AM Pages, right? AM Pages has a book that talks about AM Pages and how it should be done, and XYZ. Well, let's say that I like the concept of AM Pages, and I don't necessarily like the system that was originally designed around the concept of AM Pages. And because of my mind, I'm gonna hack that and cut it up and paste things that don't fit together and create a whole new version in my mind that I'm still gonna say are AM Pages because they're AM Pages to me, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And they serve the same purpose as the original formula for the AM Pages, right? They're doing the same thing, which is reconnecting with your creativity and with yourself as a person, as an artist, and as a creative. But I'm not doing it the way you're supposed to do it, because we are human and we are autonomous, and we can create systems that only make sense to ourselves. And so my whole thing is, you want to put your opinion out there about what is or isn't considered a specific hobby. You are entitled to do that. That is your opinion, that is your channel, that is great. Opinions and conflicting sides, make stronger connections, eventually, in whatever way they kind of shoot out from the original source, right? They create these new pathways through our society and the way we think and the way we view and the way we consume and the way we create. I'm getting off topic here, but the whole point is that this is how art is created. This is the essence of creating and the essence of opening up minds to different ways of doing things, and also offering like connection and maybe even a little bit of like help, right? Or like maybe helping someone who struggles and wants to be so badly part of this community, right? They see the connections that are made, they see who is posting, they see all this stuff, and they want to be a part of it too. But we're saying, well, no, you putting stickers down is not, that's not journaling. Well, if it serves the same purpose to that person, if it creates the same sort of healing and resetting, and if it fills the cup, as people say, right? I feel like let them do whatever. I do classic journaling where I'm writing, freehand writing, pages, pages, pages. I do alternative journaling. I do creative journaling. I do junk journaling. At the end of the day, to me, it's just all journaling. So you can come here and watch me with whatever journaling you do. It doesn't matter to me. I think what matters the most is that people are being creative in whatever way it makes sense to them, especially with everything that is happening in this world right now. So I'm just putting my 2 cents out there, and I might get burned for it, but that's just how I feel, I'm gonna just write one general like life this week. Life. This. And then maybe do some script. I like to mix my hand lettering. And then it's gonna be kind of unfinished because I want to put more pictures, especially from the live, from their concert. And then I might just do that here and then really like go in on my feelings. The other one I wanted to do something for, probably not in here, and then that takes me back to like I should have just kept the media weeks. But I might change it to just like a film notebook where I dissect films, which is something I really enjoy doing because it was my minor in college. I was a film theory minor. I watched Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. I can't stop thinking about that movie. I'm still, I watched it on Friday and today's Sunday and I'm still thinking about it. So I definitely want to watch it again. I bought the DVD and I want to like write a whole like essay type thing and keep a notebook for these kinds of movies that are impactful, because it's been a long time since I've connected with movies in that way. Like the movies that I watch now are just really like recreational. I've stopped watching like cinema, like what people consider cinema, the kind of movies that get nominated for Oscars. Like I stopped watching those kinds of movies. And, it's just one of those things where you lose part of yourself as you grow older because, you make way for new things or whatever. But I'm rambling now. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly just write a few things in here. I'll probably time lapse this. And then once that time, oh my goodness. Once that time lapse is done, I will show you quickly like some of the updates from the planner, like where I archived my personal inserts, and then the whole calendar situation in the back if you watched the last video. But yeah, that's what we'll do, and then we'll say goodbye. And hopefully this video is not a million years long, but if it is, who cares? Because I know people like those kinds of videos, because those are the kind of videos I like. So yeah. Okay, so that is where I'm gonna leave it at. And I'm not really gonna write anything in here, I don't think. I'm gonna sit on this for a little bit and maybe write something around here. But we know what we're doing with this page. I'll probably do this together with the one for next week, which technically we are. It is next week, it's Sunday, but you guys know what I mean because this is the Monday start. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then I think I've shown all this, but I basically use the beginning always for like manifestation, vision boards type thing. And blaze is my word of the year. And I really feel like I need to fill in these stars. Every time I see this, like I want to do that so bad and I forget. Also this ink obviously is not waterproof, so it's being ugly. Anyway, yeah, I did manifestation boards, and then I did some like journaling. I do whatever I want in here. Books, junk, wrappers, more junk, mostly junk, sticker ghosts. I call these sticker ghosts because they're like, the stickers are gone, but like their ghosts stay behind. Some pictures, which I want to show because some of them are privates. Some of them are privates. Dog treat stuff, my sister and me, the crow. Oh, did I show you my address? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, just like wrappers and stuff. I like to like keep garbage and come back in here and just put stuff. This is from my actual Bujo, and I kind of just repurposed it. I leave space for myself to journal if I want, but I don't, sometimes I don't care. Like I'm like whatever. This is all from February, I believe. I may have shown you this, but this is March. And March we kind of went crazy in here. I did sticker bombing. It says so fucking tired is what it says. So fucking tired. And this one says I don't give a shit. You can tell where my mind was. I wrote some stupid stuff that was happening in current events. This was some stuff from Cameron, and then I found this and I kind of put it in here because I want to add this somewhere. I just don't know where. But I'll show you my March pages so far because I went way ahead, so I probably will just go back and journal some. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this was here to hold this closed, and it just didn't stick right. And I mean, I guess I could just kind of stick it a little bit more so it doesn't come all the way off. So yeah, that's there. And as you can see, I use a lot of like thick textile-y stuff, so that's why the pages have gotten a lot of bulk. Oh, that's weird. I skipped this. Okay, weird. Again, junk. This was like a sleep hygiene bedtime journaling card that I got from the hotel. My friend Susie's Happy Mail, that I covered my address with this girly right here. And I found this random note to myself, so I put it in here. And as you can see, I went way ahead. So this is now the 23rd, and this is like a astrology dots thing, and I put my friend's note in here. And then I kept this receipt, even though I know it's, you know, thermal and it's gonna erase, but I just thought it was so funny how it says like tortilla printer and it's like my name right under. It's stuff like that, guys, that makes me laugh so hard. I put some inserts that I didn't archive in here, just because I wanted to remember. And then the rest of March, these are all stickers that Susie sent me that she was testing for her Patreon. I always link her, but I'll link her again. So I did everything up to the 31st, and honestly, I mean, probably all this 28, 29, 30, 31, it's going to be all BTS, I can tell you right now. And then I tried to do a vision board, so like for March, I tried to do like a mini vision board. So this was my vision board for March, and I just make a digital collage. I sometimes use washi, and then I had these stickers, and then I'm not sure what the theme is for April. Probably dead ass tired, honestly. Or it just might be BTS again, you never know. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this journal, or notebook, or whatever you want to call it, whatever makes you happy. Yeah, because the last month in here is June. So, and I don't have anything in the back, I don't think. Yeah, usually there aren't very many pages back here, but usually they're just for like scratch paper. But yeah, he's a hefty meatball. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I archived, and then sorry, I keep forgetting you can't hear me with the studio sound. I figured out the calendar situation, so we'll go through that. But this is where I'm archiving my inserts that I've used. And this was just kind of put together. I had these dashboards that I had gotten for a personal planner, and then I had two of them. So I just made one a cover, one the front cover, one the back cover. And then these were like from one of those notebooks, you know, that are like in now. It's like just loose leaf, and then they use these. You can buy these on their own on Amazon, by the way. I think it came from a notebook I bought on Amazon that was like this. I don't know what these are called. I think they're just like binder rings. Yeah, so for now it was working good. I think like once it gets a bit thicker, this will probably, like, it'll outgrow this. So I do have a clear personal binder with bigger rings that is coming, and when I have that I'll show you. And then in here we had the whole thing with the calendar. Well, I took it out, took out the calendar because there was just too much bulk. And what I did was I punched holes in it. So this is, only thing is I have to look at it like this, which I guess I don't really mind, if I'm honest. But we're in, oh, we need to put stickers down, y'all. We're in March, so I went ahead and I punched half of it out, and then the other half I put away, because when we get to the middle of the year, or when we get to the end of the year, because it's a 2-year calendar, I will remove these, archive these, and then put the new set for the next year in here. But yeah, it looks really cute. I really like how it looks. I mean, I know you have to look at it like at this, like this, but I don't mind it. I really don't. So anyway, that was the update with this guy. So now it doesn't like stick out quite as much. But I'm thinking that the reason it does is I have double dividers. So I have like these with the pocket, and then I have these, and they both have like sticky notes on them. So I may consolidate. I may remove the Filofax ones and just keep the clear ones because I just like them better aesthetically, and kind of transfer some of these sticky notes onto this. But for now I'm just gonna leave it alone because, you know, we're not gonna get deep in it. I'm probably gonna use this for another month, and then I'm gonna switch out to my blue one. And again, like, this thing keeps getting stains, and it literally has not left. Do you see, like, the indentations? That's what I mean about the motor. Like, they just get these weird indentations, and it literally hasn't been anywhere. It like has been on my desk, like on a flat surface. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I hope you see this on Sunday, but if you don't, I hope you have a great week. And I will talk to you later. Bye.